Back again, more celebs, more fragrances from GQ's hit YouTube series 10 Things I Can't Live Without, and these lot are from across the pond in the UK or Ireland. But before I get into today's stars, here's a quick scent of the day check. It's from Tom Ford, the great Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. I'd say I've been addicted to this stuff for maybe the past 6 months now, and if you find vetiver scents too mature in either a more vintage or rugged way, this is a great middle ground for today's young urban professional with its more citrusy, fresh, spicy approach. And I'll leave a video link in a card somewhere above so you guys can check that video out after this one. But with that aside now, I cannot wait to get into it with this episode. We have a lot of thoughtful takes here today, so let's get it. Roll intro, roll video.
I have a very bad phobia of smelling bad. So what I do is, I carry this around with me, and this has got, it's really only the two essential things in it. I use dry shampoo every day. I have a roll-on deodorant because I think it stays on better. And I have this aftershave that has ran out that I bought in an airport. It's a Hugo Boss.
Firstly, we have Scottish singer-songwriter Lewis Capaldi, and oh boy, he has a bunch of stuff here. There's some dry shampoo spray, a roll-on deodorant, which does stay on better like he said, and then a 50 ml Hugo Boss bottled eau de toilette. So an anytime apple cinnamon vanilla scent that is still very charming and somehow not dated about a quarter century later. So very good stuff, and as long as it doesn't clash with the dry shampoo and deodorant, then keep spraying away Lewis.
But I don't really know much about aftershave. I just know, does this stop me from smelling like a dead cat? Yes. Use it.
Oh man, I mean, if you sprayed a dead cat with perfume, it will just smell like a dead cat wearing perfume. It shouldn't improve the situation. And I'm sure Lewis knows this, to be fair, but of course it's actually bathing and then using that roll-on deodorant that will actually prevent you from smelling like a dead cat. But hey, I'm sure my man is just extra conscious about potentially emitting BO. Poor guy.
People on the internet have definitely said that I look like the human embodiment of the smell of BO. So looking forward to you smelling me and realizing that's not the case, but I do understand where you're coming from.
All right, Internet, come on now. That's not very nice. So I guess that's why he's super conscious about his scent and I guess hygiene altogether. Not that it's a bad thing. It's a good thing to be aware of this stuff, but because it's the right thing to do, not because he looks like BO or something like that. But hey, Lewis, it's cool. I'm with you, brother. And if you too want to smell like Lewis Capaldi, at 50 ml Boss bottled EDT retails for 76 euros, which all things considered is a lot for this mainstay of a scent. But as always, the gray market is here to save the day yet again. And on Fragrance Buy, currently you can get a good $30 plus off, so we love that. But of course there are even better super values like getting a jumbo 200 ml for around the same price of a 50 ml retail. So you can either save $30 on the same bottle or get 4x the juice for the same price as the 50. Either way, you can't go wrong, and fair play to Lewis Capaldi for sharing his scent and vulnerable experiences here with us today.
This is my secret, my hidden gem. Dior Homme.
Next up, we have English actor Lucien Laviscount with quite a community favorite. It's the exclusive to the continent of Europe and select duty-frees Dior en Parfum to be exact, in its most recent presentation / concentration. So of course with this flanker you're getting a lot of iris, a lot of ambrette, and a lot of leather of course. To me it's very sexy and I've been loving it since 2014. But even this new 2020 version I also love, with a bit brighter of a rosier aspect in the mid. And no, don't pay a bag for the OG for the sake of nostalgia. Again, it's also great, but not worth selling off your organs level great, just saying.
This stuff is absolutely gorgeous, to be honest. It's delicious, in fact.
Okay, I'm glad that my man Lucien really digs this, because its prior formulation is something that I used to get a lot of compliments in, and I always thought that non-enthusiast noses would also love this scent cloud off of themselves if they actually gave it a chance, because a lot of people are kind of spooked by the scent because it's a little bit more challenging if they just huff it like that or smell it off a car. So yeah, if you're just gonna do things that way, only the more opening focused scents are gonna smell that much more flattering, otherwise anything else won't. So it goes without saying, if you truly want to test your fragrances, actually spray them on you, get wafts of it in the air, let others get wafts of it in the air. That's how you do it. So what the heck, spray your neck.
No idea what this is made up of. Just beautifully good, nice, smelly things in a bottle. You just can't go wrong with it, really. Daytime, nighttime, in between times. That's it, Dior Homme.
And while I somewhat agree with Lucien saying that you can't go wrong for this at any time, I do still think that it leans formal. And then for time of the year or day, because again, it feels just that much more upscale, I would also say fall, winter, and nighttime only. It's not the kind of scent that I kind of want to spray on in the AM and go to an office job with. But regardless, excellent stuff, and I am glad that Dior did not mess around too much with this DNA in this most recent formulation. And if you want to cop it yourself, we are talking 146 euros, which is about 160 US dollars for a 100 ml. That to me is stellar value for one of the greatest designer scents ever made, again from both a quality and exclusivity standpoint. And when you pair that up against the OG's resale prices on eBay lately, then yeah, exponentially a better deal. But it goes without saying, the only issue here is of course acquiring the scent if you're outside of Europe. It also hasn't popped up on the international gray market for quite some time, so that furthermore complicates everything. So if you have a plug for it, great. I'd even pay them up to a 10% premium if they can ship it to you for retail. So it's still going to cost you a pretty penny, but it's scents like these that make me believe, make me think this is why I got into scent to begin with. And of course, I feel forever jealous of anyone who lives in Europe who will always have access to the scent. But what can I say at this point? Love that Dior en Parfum, and big salute to Lucien Laviscount for sharing it with us today.
Aftershave, the Labo Another 13. I bought this for somebody's wrap gift, but they weren't on set on the last day, so I stole it for myself.
Alright, you knew it was a matter of time. Here we have Irish actor Paul Mescal, and he is the one this time around with a 50 ml Labo Another 13. Now you know the Labo is how we do on this channel, this series, and I get it. A lot of y'all find the Labos to be too simple if you were to smell it off of your wrist or a card, but I'm telling you, this musky ambroxan is way too flattering off of skin and body heat as a whole, if you are clean of course. So it goes to show yet again that fragrances are not about just sitting in front of your keyboard at home and just smelling them there. Get out there in your day-to-day life, let the wind hit you, the sun, get wafts of it emitting off of you, let others be enchanted by your scent as well, and then maybe too you will understand the magic of a scent like this from the Labo. But as for Paul here, I guess it's just sad that someone else didn't turn up for their gift, but more for him at least.
How would I describe that? Delicious. It just smells nice. I don't think I'm the person who can it's the same with wine or smells. You know, when you meet people and they're like, this is a very full body, rounded red. I'd be like, what are you talking about?
And that's just it. Discerning scents is not easy. And as a content creator, sure, I think it's great if you can be more studious about this or anything. But moreover, again, fragrances is more fun when it's about the joy of it all. How certain compositions make you feel when you smell them, and the memories that you cultivate in wearing them. That's what it's all about. So don't worry, Paul, keep wearing your Another 13. You guys know I will. And if you too want to smell like us, a 50 ml currently runs for $215 US with no gray market availability. So you know how the Labo do, either get it from their online store or from them at a desk or a store in person. Again, I suggest in person because it's more fun that way. And yeah, great stuff to Paul Mescal for shamelessly also being a part of the Labo bandwagon. Another 13 for the win.
Armani Bleu is the fragrance that I wear all the time. I don't have one that, some people have an evening or a day. I just wear Armani Bleu.
And last but not least, to cap off this video, here we have Welsh actor Taron Egerton with something you don't see every day. It's a 100 ml of Bleu Lazuli from Giorgio Armani's Armani Privé line. Now, I got a lot to say about this one, but let's let Taron take it away for now.
It's fresh and citrusy, but it's also got an eveninginess to it.
Now this one's interesting because of its use of plum actually. Yerba mate as well, which is a bitter-ish green type of tea kind of beverage. But off my skin, it's mainly the plum that kind of explodes here. Plum is known for its deep fruitiness, so usually it's paired with a lot more decadent type of notes. So here we have honey, tobacco, vanilla, all very pronounced notes here in the base. So yeah, for me, this scent's not for the faint of heart, and Taron's a regular dude here, so I'd also agree with his assessment of it having this eveningness per se.
This is a bit of a name drop. It was first sent to me by Roberto Armani. And I hasten to add, I am not paid by Armani. I really do just love the fragrance.
Now, I don't know who Roberto is in the hierarchy of the Armani family, or if he meant Giorgio, who's still alive circa January 2023. But yeah, Armani, if you want to send over some Armani Privé this way, please do so. Also, might I add, Armani Privé is an unfairly overlooked luxury designer line, if you ask me. There's definitely some bangers up in here for sure. And Bleu Lazuli is definitely one of them. And at least Taron is being 100 about how he got the scent himself.
It's not something I wear every day because there's something quite elevated about a fragrance, I think, and I can smell it on myself. But sometimes it's also nice to be a little bit extra. And when I want to be a little bit extra, I wear Armani Bleu.
Okay, that's it, because sure you can call this scent his signature because this is only one, but scents for me are only extra if they're as zany as something like this. Because again, Bleu Lazuli is definitely a lot to take in. That plum is no joke here. Again, especially for a guy like Taron, who's a little bit more of a regular, humble dude despite his high caliber in his field. He just doesn't strike me as someone who wants to draw too much attention to him. So yeah, if you're also like that, trust me, when the plum hits and everything else that's sweet here, it's just gonna feel like it goes and goes and goes. But at the end of the day, I am still glad that dude digs it here, and if you too want to smell like him, a 100 ml Armani Privé Bleu Lazuli retails for $326 US. So it isn't cheap, but at least we still have gray market recourse for this one. You know, if you're on a budget and or don't have a plug at Armani, kind of like Taron does here. And let me tell you, for around $205 US after a code for a tester on fragrance set, I think that is awesome value. So if you want to save as much as around 35% off, don't walk, run. And fair play to Taron Egerton and his really honest takes here. Thanks to him for sharing Bleu Lazuli, and yes, he is this video's MVP. So there it is, guys. Thank you for sticking around this long if you are still here. But it's at this point of the video where I want to know what you think again. Got a favorite star here or fragrance? Perhaps a take of theirs that you really liked? Let me know in the comment section below. That, and please subscribe if you have yet to. Come hop on the train to 30,000 subscribers. We'd love to have you. Hit that notification bell as well if you want to get content like this ASAP. Help me help you. And yeah, until the next time, thank you again for the ongoing support. So take care for now. Peace out. Bye. My name is Manny. Wear your fragrances.